Alright, so today we are going to build a cup, and remember it's always important to save your work to the network. Alright, we're going to say this is cup, okay, and go ahead and delete Uncle John. First thing we're going to do, we're going to create a square. Okay, let's make this 3 feet, comma 3 feet, enter. Right, kind of zoom into this thing here. Right, and this is just for kind of perspective. So the first thing cup wise we want to do, we want to take a line that is 3 inches long. So type in 3 inches or 3 quotation enter. And we want to go straight up the blue axis. Alright, and we want this line to be 6 inches. Okay, so you should have a 3-inch line and a 6-inch line that has made a backwards L. Right. The next thing we want to do is add some curvature. Find the midpoint of your bottom line, click one time and let go, and work your way up this vertical line here until you see tangent to edge. You want to click one time and let go, and click one more time and let go. Okay? So if you have a piece of a triangle that stays here, you can take your eraser and erase that corner there, okay, if it stays with you. So alright, the next thing that we want to do is take your tape measure and click at the top of the line and come down, and let's go down 1 inch. Right, and you see that kind of creates a little guideline there, a guide point. Alright, and so what we want to do with that is we want to take our line tool, start right there at that guide point, click and let go. Go touch this end of this line right here. Don't click, just touch it. Straight up the blue axis, so red and blue should intersect. Click and let go. Okay, and you can go ahead and go down there and click and let go. Alright, so let's delete this line that has been left over. And the next thing that we want to do is start creating the inside of our cup. By doing that, we have to draw some lines. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do, let's make sure we're symmetrical as possible here. We want to click on the edge, pull away. Let's make a guideline a 1/2 inch from our edge. Okay, that one's a 1/2 inch. Go to the edge here, pull up 1/2 inches. Okay, so the guidelines are helping us draw some straight symmetrical lines here. So take your line tool, and this line, let's make it 1 1/2 inches long. Okay, I'm going to try to stop on it there if I can. Boom, there it is. Okay, tap escape, and this line needs to be 3 1/2 inches long. Let's see if we can stop on it. Yep, 3 1/2 inches. Okay, tap escape to get rid of that line there. Now we're going to need our 2-point RPM, and let's click on this line, click on that line, and then click one more time, and you should have a curve there. Alright, let's clean up a little bit, take away our guidelines. Alright, and one other thing that you can do, you can erase this top line here. And while we're at it, let's erase the square there. We won't need it any longer. Alright, moving right along. Let's find our circle tool. First I'm going to orbit around. I don't use the orbit shortcut just because my mouse won't let me. I have a stationary mouse, so if you see me not using this shortcut a lot, that's why. I would use it if I had a mouse with a scroll wheel, that's for sure. So, alright, so I'm going to orbit around, take this circle here, click on the top of that line, and bring it out right to the end point of my cup there. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay. You can go ahead and delete your center line, or that line, that vertical line coming up there. Alright, so new tool alert here. We are going to go to click on tools and the follow me tool. Okay, so what the follow me tool does, any surface that I select, if I click on it, it does what its name says it does. It's going to follow you around. Okay, and this is how we're going to make our cup 3-dimensional. So I'm going to click there, go around kind of the top of your cup, and it'll say you reach the end point. You want to click and let go. You should have a cup that looks very similar to this. No hole on the bottom. You may have a line down here, and that's okay as long as there's no cracks or anything. I'm looking inside of my cup there. Everything looks good. We're going to fix this real quick. Take your line tool, and if you would, all you have to do is make 2 lines. Make one here. Tap escape. Make another one over here. That should fill in. You can take away these lines with your eraser. And select that center part. Tap delete on your keyboard. So if you have followed directions, you should have a clean inside cup. Alright, so let's make our handle of our cup. I recommend getting an aerial view here, kind of zooming in. We're going to take our line tool and we're going to click one time, pull it way here. Alright, and it doesn't matter how long this is, alright, but we do want to make it perpendicular here. Try to make it as straight as possible there. So that's 7/8 of an inch there, and I'm going to click one time and let go. Okay, I'm going to come back around right here, and I'm going to come down the blue axis here with my line. Now, it doesn't matter how far you come down. I'm coming down about this far. It doesn't really matter, right? And so I want to come on around here and take my circle tool, go to the end point of that line, click one time, and let's have a radius here of 1/4 of an inch. There, right? So we want to now take our 2-point arc, put right there in the center where that line hits the center of that circle. Click and let go. Pull down on the blue axis. Doesn't really matter how far. I want to go down about right here. This is how big your handle is going to be, how tall it's going to be. So I'm going to click one time and let go. And that's fine with me. Click again and let go. Alright, so I can delete some lines here. Take your new tool, the Follow Me tool, go to Tools and Follow Me. Make sure this surface is selected, click and let go all the way around, and it should stop right there on the end for you. Alright, so now we have our handle. Okay, so one new thing that I will teach you as well is how to make components to where if I were to select this handle, right click on it, okay, and make it a component, it would not be attached to this coffee mug. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Whenever you go to attaching things, sometimes they latch on each other and it may mess up the shape of your coffee cup. So we'll name this the handle component 1. This will be component 2. You can name it whatever. Click create. Alright, and so if I click on that, you see it's its own part, and now this the actual cup is its own piece. Okay, so let's take our move tool, and I'm going to click and hold down and move my mouse and make that go inside of the cup there a little bit. Right, and I'm going to let go. So you'll want to go and take a peek inside there to make sure that it didn't protrude through there. Alright, and so there you have a coffee mug. Okay, and so if you would like to color it, you can go to colors, find you a pretty color there that you like, or if you want to have a metal cup, kind of a stainless steel looking cup there, you can do that. Alright, so that ends our basic cup tutorial.